Hey everybody, just real quick video to go through those last four multiple shift questions that I gave you the other day. Um, and then after we do this, I am going to give you guys some additional practice here um, on other questions, both in terms of multiple shift questions, and then I'll probably give you one additional like a take-home quiz again, just to make sure that we've got it down. Um, and again, I haven't been really getting any emails. If you do have questions on any of these guys, please email me. Let me know how I can help and how I can make sure that this is making sense. Obviously, not the situation we wanted to be covering all this material from distance learning or anything like that, but I'm doing the best I can to try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. But still dealing with some quite a few serious health things. All right, so let's take a look here. This first one, it says Jack in the Box and In-N-Out Burger both close in town. Okay, so this is going to be a number of sellers. Okay, these are two places that sell hamburgers. They both close. This is number of sellers. That's going to be supply. And since they both close, it's going to be a supply decrease, which means I'm going to have to shift this to the left. So here I've already made my diagrams in pen. I'm going to switch over to pencil for a second. Of course, you could use a different colored pen if that's easier, whatever you want. But I'm going to draw a second supply curve. I'm going to draw it over here to the left. So let's go ahead and make that. I'm going to put it as S2. And again, I'm not going to draw my new equilibrium just yet. I need to wait on that until I've done my second shift, okay? So speaking of second shift, let's take a look here. It says the price of buns decline, okay? So price of another good, we know that's going to be demand. Since it's hamburger buns is going to be a complement. So if the price of a complement goes down, that means demand is going to increase. The buns are cheaper. If I get the buns, hey, I might go ahead and get the burgers as well, just because I'm saving some money there. So that's going to be a demand increase, meaning demand shifts to the right. So I'm going to draw a second demand curve over here. And now what I want to do is go where the two pencil lines line up, okay? So this was my original equilibrium. This is my new one. So if I take a look here, yeah, it looks like quantity may have moved a little bit, but of the two, quantity versus price here, of the two, I can clearly see, okay, price definitely went up. I'm not too sure about quantity, depending on how I draw my little diamond here. Quantity could be a little bit of an increase, could be a little of a decrease. Here's the thing, my price definitely went up. That's the one I can say definitively. Price went up, quantity is going to be ambiguous here. Okay, let's take a look at this at number 8. Corporate taxes are raised. Okay, it doesn't really matter corporate taxes, whatever kind of taxes we're dealing with, taxes are always going to be supply. So since taxes go up, supply is going to decrease. Supply is going to go down. Okay, so let me go ahead and draw the same thing I did on that last one. Let me do S2 over to the left. Okay, now it says population decreases. I go back, population, is that supply or demand? Well, population is going to be demand. So, and since population goes down, demand is also going to decrease. So that's also going to be a leftward shift, but now I'm going to draw a second demand curve over here to the left. So I label that one D2. Okay, so now we've got something a little different. We're going to go where S2 and D2 come together, which is that equilibrium point right there. Now, if I'm comparing the blue one and the pencil one, okay, well, that price looks roughly the same, but my quantity has definitively declined. So on this one, I can say quantity goes down and my price is ambiguous. Okay, number 9 here. This is a tricky one, but it's a good one for us to know. It says both producers and consumers expect the price of burgers to go up in the near future. Okay, so we're going to treat these two different. Let's start with producers here. Producers, that word keys me into supply. If producers think that the price of burgers are going up in the future, They go, okay, so producers, I want to try and sell at a high price. I think that high price is going to happen down the line. Well, I don't want to sell right now. I want to wait till the future. I want to wait till that price actually does go up. And so for right now, my supply is going to decline. So third straight one here, our supply is going to decline. That's a leftward shift. Now for consumers tells me that's demand. And it says here they expect the price to go up in the future. Well, they want to get it right now while it's cheap. They don't want to wait till the price goes up. They want to try and get it right now. So that's a demand increase over to the right. Forgive my crooked line here. Sorry, that's a weird looking curve, but you get the concept. S2 and D2, that's my new equilibrium. Well, this one is going to be just like number 7. We're going to look at that and go, yeah, the quantity, that's pretty ambiguous, but the price is increased. And one thing to kind of keep in mind here, you've probably heard, if you've ever taken psychology, or even if you haven't, you may have heard this term, the self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what we're seeing right here. When both producers and consumers are expecting the price of burgers to go up in the future, they're acting then as if the price goes up by reducing supply and increasing demand. And then what actually happens? The price goes up. So because they believe that the price will go up and they act as though the price will go up, then the price is actually going to go up. And we see this, by the way, in a lot of things. I've told this story. If you've had me before, you've probably heard me tell this story. For years, I was the freshman and junior varsity football coach here at GHS. Freshmen are the easiest people in the world to convince of things. One year we were playing Lake City, Columbia. It was late in the game. We were down by about, I think we were down 13-6, if I'm not mistaken. And I kept telling all the kids on the sideline, hey, when we score here, we got the ball back about 2 minutes to go. I say, hey, when we score here, we're going to go for 2 and win. Y'all hear me? When we score, we're going for 2 and we're going to win. And you could see the kids just started kind of loosening up and going, man, Coach thinks we're going to score. Well, that's cool. Coach, you think we're going to score? I think we're going to score. And they just started relaxing and playing. Guess what happened? We end up going down. We score. We went for 2, got it, and won the game. In my heart of hearts, was I 100% convinced that we were going to win? No. But if you believe in something, you act as if it's going to happen. There is this concept of the self-fulfilling prophecy, and a lot of times it does help to sort of bring that to light. And that's always what we see here with the expectations of price. Okay, one last one real quick. Let's take a look here. The price of French fries goes up and the cost of ground beef goes down. Okay, so French fries, price of French fries, that's a complementary good. Fries and burgers go together. If the price of a complement goes up, that's demand, and demand for the burgers is going down. So let's go ahead and shift that demand curve to the left. All right, second part of this, cost of ground beef goes up. As soon as I see that word cost, that clues me in immediately. This is a supply issue, okay? This is going to be a supply issue. So cost of ground beef goes down. The cost goes down. That's going to be a supply increase, which means I need to shift the supply curve to the right. So I need to draw a supply curve over here to the right. Okay, S2 and D2 come together here. And so now what I see is a decrease in price, okay? My quantity is ambiguous, but I have a decrease in price. Okay, so I'm going to leave off there. I do have an additional practice just to make sure that you guys have this down. And you may be saying at this point, man, he's really harping on this. Yeah, I am, because there's a lot of multiple choice questions on the AP test that deal with this exact concept, okay? So we're going to do one more practice, and then I will have like a take-home quiz for you guys just to make sure you got it down before we move on to the next topic. Love you guys. Hope you're doing well. And I don't know if I'm going to be back next week. I'm doing everything I can to get there. So we'll see if I can make it. All right. Love you all.